A new season is now upon us. We say goodbye to the shows that have entertained us for months and move on to the next batch of anime that will hopefully do the same. But as is standard with any new anime season, this begs the question, what shows am I gonna watch? If that's what you've been thinking, fear not. For the Anime Top Scholar is here to share with you what I plan to watch this spring season, and hopefully you'll find something in this list that sounds interesting to you. So without any further ado, let's just get to it. Back in 2001, there was a show released called Fruits Basket, made by Studio Dean, that people seem to really like. Now, fast forward to 2019, the Fruits Basket manga has been finished for some time, and we're getting a new adaptation, this time by TMS Entertainment, promising us a full adaptation of the Fruits Basket manga this time. The synopsis goes something like this. After a family tragedy turns her life upside down, 16-year-old high schooler Toru Honda takes matters into her own hands and moves out, into a tent. Unfortunately for her, she pitches her new home on private land belonging to the mysterious Soma clan, and it isn't long before the owners discover her secret. But as Toru quickly finds out when the family offers to take her in, the Somas have a secret of their own. When hugged by the opposite sex, they turn into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. So, just to clarify something, I have never watched or read the manga for Fruits Basket, so this will be my first exposure to this series. That said, I'm interested and looking forward to watching a show I've heard mentioned to me a few times here and there, but that I never decided to pick up for myself. There's just too much anime, man! Because I don't know much about this, I can't say with certainty that it's going to be good or not, but I'm at least hoping for the best. It sounds a little bit weird, but weird can also be good. Up next, we've got an original anime by Studio Bones called Carol and Tuesday. The synopsis for this show goes something like this. 50 years have passed since mankind began migrating to the new frontier, Mars. It's an age where most culture is produced by AI, and people are content to be passive consumers. There's a girl, scrapping a living in the metropolis of Alba City. She's working part-time while trying to become a musician. She's always felt like something is missing. Her name is Carol. There's a girl, born to a wealthy family in the provincial town of Herschel City. She dreams of becoming a musician, but nobody around her understands. She feels like the loneliest person in the world. Her name is Tuesday. A chance meeting brings them together. They want to sing. They want to make music. Together, they feel they might have a chance. The two of them may only create a tiny wave, but that wave will eventually grow into something larger. There's a few things that intrigues me about this show. One is that it's a Studio Bones original, and I like Bones, as well as original anime works. Not that they're always good. The second thing is that the genres listed are music and sci-fi. And I like both of those. Oh yeah, and it's gonna be directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, you know, the Cowboy Bebop guy. So that alone is enough for me to be very interested in this, and I think people should check this one out. Up next, we have the new MAPPA original anime called Sara-san-mai. Okay, so before I say something, let's just go through the synopsis first. The stage is Asakusa. One day, 3 second-year middle school students, Kazuki Asaka, Toi Kuji, and Enta Jinai, meet a Kappa-like creature named Keppi, who is a self-proclaimed heir to the throne of Kappa Kingdom. Keppi forcibly takes the students' Shirikodama, a mythical organ Kappa steal through a person's anus, and they are transformed into Kappa. Keppi informs them, if you want to return to your former selves, you need to connect in that way, and you must bring me the Shirikodama of zombies. Will the three boys be able to connect and take the Shirikodama of zombies? At the same time, 2 policemen, Ryo Niboshi and Mabu Akutsu, try to do something at the police box where they are stationed. He's back! The madman Kunihiko Ikuhara himself is back to bless our eyes with, whatever this show's gonna be. Now, Ikuhara has a weird track record with anime. Some of them are good, like Revolutionary Girl Utena, and others, yeah, not so much. But there's one thing you can never take away from him, and that is his weird creative vision for his shows. And that's exactly what I expect out of this one. Just a weird show that only Ikuhara could make. PA Works is back once again with an original anime titled Fairy Gone. The synopsis goes something like this. Once upon a time, fairies were tools of war. The story takes place in a world where fairies possess and dwell in animals, giving them mysterious abilities. By removing the organs of a possessed animal and transplanting them into humans, fairies can be summoned as an alter ego and be used as a weapon. Such individuals who used fairies as war tools were called fairy soldiers. Once the war was over and they completed their roles, the soldiers lost their purpose. Some began working for the government, some joined the mafia, and some even became terrorists, as each chose their own way to live. 9 years have passed since the war. The protagonist Maria is a new recruit of Dorothea, an organization which investigates and suppresses fairy-related crimes. Amidst the unstable political situation, criminals with lingering wounds from the war and past conflicts emerge and engage in terrorism as an act of revenge. This is the story of fairy soldiers, fighting for their own justice in a chaotic post-war world. Like I'm forced to say pretty much every time I see another PA Works show, they are very hit or miss for me. And lately there have been a lot of misses. Yet despite this, I'm always holding out hope that their next show is going to turn that trend around for me. Fairy Gone looks interesting at first glance, but so did Sirius the Jaeger, and that didn't exactly pan out great. Still, I'm gonna give it a chance. Look who decided to show up with a new anime. It's Studio OLM. Whatever. Looks like they decided to take a break from all their Yokai Watch and Beyblade and Pokemon stuff to give us a sequel to that hit 80s baseball show that everyone loves, called Touch. The title of said sequel will be Mix. Mix takes place 26 years after the story of Touch. Meisei Academy High School was well known for their strong baseball team. 26 years later, the team has not been able to keep their record and lost their fame. Mix is about two stepbrothers, Soichiro and Toma Tachibana. The two aim to revive the once strong Meisei Academy's baseball team and enter the National High School Baseball Championship. Both boys are talented baseball players. Soichiro has shown excellent skill as a catcher and batter, and Toma has an extraordinary skill as a pitcher. However, he no longer pitches due to a certain reason. Once the two enter high school, they pair as a battery and aim to enter the National High School Baseball Championship. The passion and devoted emotions will touch your heart. Mix is a high school baseball drama that all ages and genders can enjoy. Well, I'm glad they decided to put that stipulation at the end. Might not have watched it if they didn't tell me that I can enjoy it. All jokes aside, I'm hoping this will be good. Now, I've never seen Touch before, so then obviously it's only natural that I decide to watch Mix. I like retro anime, and I also tend to be interested when retro anime gets remade or gets a sequel or spin-off or something many years after it finished airing. So this seems just up my alley. Bokutachi wa benkyo ga dekinai, or We Never Learn, is another anime coming out next season. I've heard people talk about this manga for a while now, so I decided I should give it a chance. The synopsis goes something like this. His late father always said that a useless man should strive to be useful. So to that end, third-year high school student Nariyuki Yuiga dedicated himself to becoming a high-achieving student in his school, despite his history of poor grades. In order to give his destitute family a better life, his ultimate goal is to obtain the special VIP nomination, a prestigious scholarship covering all future university tuition fees. Although Nariyuki could feasibly be a shoo-in for the nomination, he is consistently overshadowed by his classmates Risu Ogata and Fumino Furuhashi in mathematics and literature respectively. To his delight, Nariyuki receives the nomination, but there's a catch. He has to tutor his two-star classmates, who are each hopelessly mediocre at the other subject of expertise. To make matters worse, the subjects they are horrible at are the same subjects that they want to pursue in their future. As the time to submit university applications draw nearer, Nariyuki must find an effective tutoring method for the two girls before it's too late. You know, this sounds a lot like my school life. Minus the working hard part and the harem of cute girls and, yeah, never mind, this is nothing like my school life. I don't really have any expectations for this one, but hopefully it will be entertaining. Kimetsu no Yaiba is a new Studio Ufotable anime that's based on a manga by the same name. The setting is Taisho-era Japan, and the synopsis goes something like this. Tanjiro is a kind-hearted young boy who lived peacefully with his family as a coal seller. Their normal life changes completely when his family is slaughtered by demons. The only other survivor, Tanjiro's younger sister Nezuko, has become a ferocious demon. In order to return Nezuko to normal and get revenge on the demon that killed her family, the two of them must depart on a journey. From a young talent, an adventure tale of blood and swords begin. I'm really only watching this show for the potential of awesome action scenes that Ufotable can do. The story sounds like it could be interesting enough, but really, I'm only in it for the action scenes, and we know Ufotable can deliver them at their best. Do you like isekai? Oh, you do? Do you like any or all of these shows? Overlord, Konosuba, ReZero, and Saga of Tanya the Evil? Perfect. Then get ready for the most ambitious crossover of 2019, Isekai Quartet. Oh wait, this was one of those chibi parody shows. Ah, fuck it, I'm still gonna watch it. Do you have the hots for your teacher? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to know. But either way, the main character of Nande Koko ni Sensei ga sure does. The synopsis for this show goes something like this. 17-year-old Ichiro Sato is an average guy who always happens to find himself in a perverted situation with his teacher, Kana Kojima. Follow this erotic love comedy about their mishaps and how Ichiro and Kana choose to handle them. Now, before you judge me too harsh, let me just make one thing clear. This show is probably gonna be trash, but it's my kind of trash, so leave me and my trash bags alone. So okay, get this. Just Kose is a show about cute girls, okay? But here's the kicker. They don't talk. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We've finally gotten to the point where in order to make something interesting, we have to look all the way back to silent films for ideas. Now, I'm not judging here, because it was enough to get my attention, so good on them. The synopsis goes something like this. Who needs dialogue when you're this cute? The beautiful, but unlucky, Momoko, the cool, collected Shibumi, and the refreshingly innocent Mayumi star in a silent manga. No speeches, no dialogue, just pictures, sound effects, and 3 high school girls living their daily lives. Now, if that doesn't sound like A+ material right there, then I don't know what does. Anyways, let's move on to the sequels. So up first we have Chihaya Furu season... Alright, never mind. So up first we have One Punch Man Season 2, the continuation to the story about the strongest hero in the world, this time handled by Studio JC Staff. The synopsis for the first season goes something like this. The seemingly ordinary and unimpressive Saitama has a rather unique hobby, being a hero. In order to pursue his childhood dream, he trained relentlessly for 3 years and lost all of his hair in the process. Now, Saitama is incredibly powerful, so much so that no enemy is able to defeat him in battle. In fact, all it takes to defeat evildoers with just one punch has led to an unexpected problem. He is no longer able to enjoy the thrill of battling and has become quite bored. This all changes with the arrival of Genos, a 19-year-old cyborg who wishes to be Saitama's disciple after seeing what he is capable of. Genos proposes that the two join the Hero Association in order to become certified heroes that will be recognized for their positive contributions to society. And Saitama, shocked that no one knows who he is, quickly agrees. And thus begins the story of One Punch Man, an action comedy that follows the eccentric individual who longs to fight strong enemies that can hopefully give him the excitement that he once felt. And just maybe, he'll become popular in the process. Now, all jokes aside, we've both seen the PVs for this and heard the rumors surrounding the production. And needless to say, I'm very worried. Half of the joy of One Punch Man is the fantastic animation that was on display in Season 1. And if Season 2 is not up to a similar standard, then this season is gonna suffer horribly. But that's all I'm gonna say about this. Attack on Titan is back again with the second part of Season 3. Because dividing stuff up into seasons like a normal person is not cool anymore. Anyway, the anime titan, pun intended, is back once again. If you don't remember or for some reason don't know what it's about, here's a refresher on the synopsis from Season 1. Centuries ago, mankind was slaughtered to near extinction by monstrous humanoid creatures called titans, forcing humans to hide in fear behind enormous concentric walls. What makes these giants truly terrifying is that their taste for human flesh is not born out of hunger, but what appears to be out of pleasure. To ensure their survival, the remnants of humanity began living within defensive barriers, resulting in 100 years without a single titan encounter. However, that fragile calm is soon shattered when a colossal titan manages to breach the supposedly impregnable outer wall, reigniting the fight for survival against the man-eating abominations. After witnessing a horrific personal loss at the hands of the invading creatures, Eren Yeager dedicates his life to their eradication by enlisting into the Survey Corps, an elite military unit that combats the merciless humanoids outside the protection of the walls. Based on Hajime Isayama's award-winning manga, Shingeki no Kyojin follows Eren, along with his adopted sister Mikasa Ackerman and his childhood friend Armin Arlert, as they join the brutal war against the Titans and race to discover a way of defeating them before the last walls are breached. What's there to say about this show that hasn't already been said? At its best, it's a good action show, and at its worst, it's honestly boring. I'm hoping that the second part of Season 3 will be more of the former, but from what I hear from the manga readers, it doesn't sound too promising. Still, it's Attack on Titan, so I'm gonna keep watching it for now. When Bungo Stray Dogs got a second season, I was honestly a bit shocked, because I didn't think it would. Now imagine my surprise when it also gets a third season. But if you've never watched Season 1, here's the synopsis. For weeks, Atsushi Nakajima's orphanage has been plagued by a mystical tiger that only he seems to be aware of. Suspected to be behind the strange incidents, the 18-year-old is abruptly kicked out of the orphanage and left hungry, homeless, and wandering through the city. While starving on a riverbank, Atsushi saves a rather eccentric man named Osamu Dazai from drowning. Whimsical suicide enthusiast and supernatural detective, Dazai has been investigating the same tiger that has been terrorizing the boy. Together with Dazai's partner Doppo Kunikida, yeah, they solved the mystery, but its resolution leaves Atsushi in a tight spot. As various odd events take place, Atsushi is coerced into joining their firm of supernatural investigators, taking on unusual cases the police cannot handle, alongside his numerous enigmatic co-workers. Sounds weird, right? That's because it is, and that's exactly why I like it. There's just something about a bunch of characters based on real-life Japanese and international authors with powers based on the books they wrote that appeal to me. You can almost mistake me for someone who actually reads books. So those were all the shows that I plan to check out this season. Did any of them sound interesting to you? Which shows are you planning to watch? Anyways, thanks as always for watching my videos. The last few videos I've uploaded have received some amazing support, so I'm very thankful to all of you who watch my videos. I don't know if I'll keep doing these seasonal videos after this, but if you want me to keep doing them, then don't forget to let me know in the comments and leave a like on the video. Peace.